Make sure that's going. And let's just go ahead and let's admit everyone there. And then I need to disable that. Okay. Good day, everyone. Getting some technical stuff set up here. That went pretty smooth. Okay. All right. We are streaming, we are broadcasting, and we are here. So awesome. One more here in the room. Okay. And there we go. Okay, awesome. Cool. So usual spiel every Tuesday here. So give me a minute here, guys. I
Okay.
just something.
The cat's got your tongue. It's all right.
No, I just had a technical pop-up window. Cool, guys. Well, hey, thank you everyone for attending. So give me a minute to do a quick intro, hand it off to Seth. For anybody that is new here, we do hold these coherence meditations every Tuesday at 3 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Eastern. Of course, we've done a lot more in the past couple of weeks with all of the chaos that's been going on. The floods, the hurricanes, the wildfires. I mean, you name it, man. It's been pretty crazy, but we do actually have these specialized meditations, and literally we can expand on any topic, but just these past couple of weeks, since those topics were just so important to get our energy out to the world, to help those, and to, I mean, basically, well, we'll leave it at that, because I know there's been some controversy, in the past couple of weeks, like, you can't do that. Well, you know what? Energy. That's what it comes down to. So anyways, guys, thank you for joining. We do restream out to YouTube and Facebook. We hold our live over here on Zoom. We welcome you over here. If you are over there on YouTube and Facebook, please do like, share, and subscribe. And if you are not, please do also share this out to anybody that you think can benefit from these coherence meditations. The live Zoom link. Wow, what is the best way? I guess they can find that. I'm awake. Well, we're actually transitioning a whole bunch of things from like an old site to a new site. So there have been some email glitches in the past couple days. So we're getting that taken care of. But if you want to find our latest and greatest calendar and everything, we're making a link over at I'mAwakeNowWhat.com/calendar. That's going to have all of our latest links and schedule and all that stuff. So eventually we'll replace it with like an actual calendar in there. So anyway, and over on YouTube, we do hold our recordings from all of our previous coherence meditations for the past 1.5 years. So feel free to go ahead and visit that. You can find that link also over at the I'mAwakeNowWhat.com/calendar. And yeah, like I said, today is kind of like a continuance of various chaotic events that have been going on for the past several weeks with the aftermath of the hurricanes. And I didn't even know about this until just the other day. Acapulco also got hit with a flood. And I don't know if anybody has attended the recent Acapulco, but that reminds me of that situation down there. I hope
From
everybody
Milton
down
or
there is
from, was it Hurricane
no.
Milton that hit or the other one?
I don't know.
Helen. Because I noticed
There's
Cancun was underwater too.
Cancun too. It's
Mhm.
crazy. Crazy.
Yeah.
No, I don't think it was Milton at all. Milton is another one of those that went up towards Florida. So,
Yes.
I mean, Acapulco is
Yeah.
west of that, so it must have been something else.
Mm.
Um, it's not even talked about on mainstream anywhere, and I mean, it's I don't know how many people actually know about it, but
Uh,
they've gotten hit.
yeah.
So
Teresa says right here, it got hit with Hurricane John. Or yeah,
yeah,
another hurricane. There's a lot of them.
yeah.
Crazy. Intense.
So really quick, guys, as I've been doing the past couple weeks, also I post this QR code right here. If you do have the ability to and you would like to, you can actually play that frequency in the background. I actually connect my phone into these little Bluetooth speakers and they work amazingly. So go ahead and just click on that QR code and just play it right over to your speakers. But don't leave us here. Stay here. So
Mhm.
okay.
All
So
right.
anyway, yeah, off to you, Seth.
Thank you, Greg.
Cool.
As always, everything getting this stuff. Yeah, we sent out a big email today because, well, close to 600 people altogether have reached out in the past couple of weeks because of everything that's been happening. And anybody who is passionate about or studies meditation, or more accurately, heart and brain coherence, and the studies that have been going on for, there's a lot of studies over time that have proven that group prayer, group meditation can lower the amount of crime, of disease, of chaos. So look what's happening, right? Our whole world is just coming undone, or so it appears. All these systems are beginning to crumble. Everything that everybody is so, they've built their entire self identity from, it's not looking too stable. And freakish weather accidents happening like consecutive and all over the place. It does a lot to your emotional state of being because it knocks you off balance. Because if the ground under your feet can't hold you, it's hard to live, right? It's hard to be empowered. But what I do, and I'm just going to say this quick, when I was in really terrible situations that were just so stressful, every moment, every breath that I took was stress based. I realized I had no choice but to make a habit of getting into and sustaining these states of heart and brain, whole body coherence, where you, the person that you are, is conscious of the source of energy that allows you to perceive reality. And when you're aware of that energy and how it's animating your body, causing all these complex systems to work together, you create a habit of knowing yourself as that and being connected to it. Suddenly, reality changes and it gets a lot more stable no matter how chaotic the outer environment is. And we'll get into this in the meditation, but I just want to address one last thing before we start, because there's been so many new people doing these meditations with us. And I've had more than a few people say, they're like, well, you kind of focus on us too much, but there wasn't any focus on healing the places that got destroyed. And the answer is yes, we do that. We get everybody focused on being in these states first, because it's through these states that we can emanate or share or channel or direct our own internal connection to reality. And by reality, I mean not just the human reality of all the machines and chaos and reality, the earth under our feet, this living being under our feet, the celestial bodies that are around us ad infinitum, like forever. That's reality. The physical universe is predominantly a coherent force that is all in tune with itself, star systems, everything's growing and expanding according to its most accurate guiding principle, which is coherence. And then there needs to be chaos because, like, if a star explodes and it's just brutal, right? Can you imagine what it's like? Chaos. If the star is exploding somewhere, that happens. And then that explosion, before even that long, it's captured by the coherence of the environment around it. And the very same thing is happening to us. as a species and even more internally, because we we are all functioning on such a limited amount of perceptual awareness that most people are just, this is it, nothing else around it. And of course, we know that's not true. It's not just that, it's that and everything else. And the more we allow ourselves to get in tune with the natural rhythms of our own body, of this planet, of the world, that's when we rise above the conditions of our conditioning. It's when we get beyond all the things that the world has taught us is normal, which is working all the time, stressing out, fighting with your neighbors, all of that stuff. It's going. It's not going to stay anymore because many of us realize that. So let's get into this meditation. And I just wanted to tell people that we are going to direct healing energy to these locations. And we want to make sure that we're all in these sustained states before we do that. So wherever you are, just get totally comfortable, whether you're sitting down, whether you're laying down, if you're on a chair or a couch or your bed or on the floor, wherever you are, whatever is holding you, trust that chair. Literally trust it. Find it within yourself, even though I said earlier the ground is unstable. In these moments, it's not. So your chair, your bed, whatever it is, just acknowledge that you are supported. You are safe. The next 45 minutes to an hour that we spend here together, you are fully supported. All your body weight, every single bit of your physicality is being supported so that you can relax, so that you can begin to tune in to all of the systems in your body that are being operated by this invisible, beyond genius, innate intelligence that is our life force. And it's not just some random energy that's just doing all of it. It is way beyond intelligence. It is more intelligent than I could ever begin to imagine from a place of being disconnected from it. And we've grown up in a world where most people have been conditioned to focus on everything around them and hardly any attention on what is inside of us. So when we take our attention away from society, all the belief systems, all the indoctrination, everything that causes us to feel stress or limitation, when we get relaxed, we begin to reverse that trend because we're becoming more conscious of the nature of our own inner nature, meaning it's invisible electromagnetic frequencies that are so intelligent. It operates our body whether we are awake or sleeping at night. And because of all the chaos in the world, many of us are making a decision to get back in tune with what has always been there, but that maybe we had forgotten. When we were children, we had purity of mind. We were filled with awe and wonder, and the world was mysterious and exciting, and we were smiling a lot. But then as we grow up, we start learning how to speak whatever our primary languages are, we start to form a self-identity around the languages that we speak, our family or familial influence, our cultural or societal. All these things begin to take root in how we perceive ourselves, and the magic starts to go away that we had as children. And we start to lose track of just how incredibly mysterious and miraculous this life force energy that each and every one of us has is. So you're in your chair or your bed. You know your body is safe. And bring your mind to your breathing. And breathing is such an obvious thing to focus on. And that's a good thing. Because when we choose to become aware of an involuntary process, meaning we are breathing whether we're conscious of it or not, this life force in us knows how to create, through the autonomic nervous system, our ability to breathe. And it's automatic. It just happens. So when we slow our breathing down and consciously we start to get in tune with this energy that's causing the breathing to happen in the first place, that's some great first steps that anybody can take to start getting synced up with this autonomic nervous system that is causing all these functions of the body to operate. When we are relaxed, when we slow our breathing down, just slower, a little deeper, and then just sustain it rhythmically. So we're safe, we're relaxed, we're breathing slower and more rhythmic, and putting an inner smile on your face. You can put a big smile, but an little inner smile will do it. And here's the thing, it doesn't matter if you're angry or sad or upset or stressed out. You are allowed to feel all of those things. And it's important to feel all of it. Problem is a lot of the time, most of us get stuck in this state. We just get stressed out and we begin to lose touch with this miracle of life that we already know that we are. And so when we feel our emotions, but not get stuck in them, that's when we begin to take some power back. And that little inner smile, again, you can be upset, you can feel however you want to, but when you put that smile on your face, and if you tune right in to what it feels like maybe you feel happy or better. I haven't had anybody tell me that it hurts them to put a smile on. I'm not doubting that there aren't people, but for most people, when you put that inner smile, you feel happy for no reason. You feel uplifted because you chose to put that smile on your face. And as soon as you do that, you immediately change your body chemistry. And the more you make a habit of doing that, the more your health changes, the more calm you become, the more balanced emotionally you find yourself being. And the longer you practice this, at some point you start to become so conscious of this consciousness that is animating our being, that is causing our hearts to beat, that allows thoughts to arise from within us. This is reality, and it is the predominant reality. The only hitch is that we temporarily forgot it sometime from when we were little kids up till now. So when you look at that objectively, no matter how much trauma or pain you've been through, when you look at how out of tune you may have gotten, it's not that long of a period, even if it's decades. So when you get out of tune, instead of having low self-esteem and being upset with yourself, you can look at that as a reason to get back into these states that we all had normalized as children, but that the world taught us we can't be like that anymore. And yes, we can. We can absolutely be like that, and even way more. But we, as the individual, has to make that choice for themselves. And I've seen it up close. When you get a whole bunch of people in a room getting into heart and brain, whole body coherence, we return to those childlike states of being where we are exalted, where we are just so fascinated with every twist and turn of our life. And when we begin to interact with each other as adults with our newfound connection to the reality we truly are, more than the self-identity the world taught us, this energy is here. It was here as we were born, right from when we were conceived, and it is with us our entire life. But we don't give it that much attention, but now we are. So feel completely relaxed where you are. Scan your body, see if you're holding tension or any kind of resistance. And if you feel anything, just relax even deeper into it. Because when we create a state of predominant coherence, then we are able to process physical pain, emotional pain. When we are in coherence, we can feel our feelings and process them much quicker than we normally do. And so instead of getting stuck into a predominant state of stress that goes on for weeks, months, years, decades, by choice alone, we can break that habit and we can get back into these states of connection. Because when we're creative or thinking creatively or being creative, that is tuning back in to the innate intelligence of our bodies and going with the flow. And when we do that, we get more excited. We get so much more intentional about how we live. And when brutal tragedies like have been happening the past few months, lots of stuff with the war, the fires, these hurricanes, devastating. I mean, so devastating that if we were there right now experiencing it, it would challenge. It would challenge your state of being. Most people don't know how to process emotional upset. And without even realizing it, we get stuck into those traumatized states of being. But when we can look at these incidences that are terrible or that have global effect, rather than looking away from it out of fear, we can make a choice to look at it as a teacher. And then, no matter what it is, you may not be able to get your footing right off. You know, if you were in the hurricane, either of them, or any of them, you might be in fight or flight or survival for as long as you need to get through it. And that is exactly where you want to be. But if your life, your body isn't in imminent death or destruction or getting hurt, you can be in the middle of chaos. And as long as your body isn't being hurt or there isn't risk of severe injury, you can get into these states where the life force that is beating our heart and causing these systems of the body to operate, we can learn to trust life. Our life force is the greatest teacher there ever could be. And all of the things that are happening in this world are preparing us, each of us individually, and now collectively, to process the things that would normally scare us, to find inner standing that is in harmony with everything that's happening. And if it's chaotic, if it's stressful, we're allowed to feel that. But when we remember to get back into coherence, we can process that stuff much quicker. And it allows us to be able to help and to be of greater service to our world. So, with all of that, allow yourself to just ponder it. If anything that I shared made sense to you, in a way that got your attention. Or maybe something was being shared and you had a memory of something that reminded you of a time when you were happy or playful. Just be aware if anything like that came into your field of awareness, because bit by bit, we begin to memorize these instances when they occur, and we create new memories of being in tune with life. And when we build up enough of those memories, we begin to form a sense of self that is fully conscious of the connection between the person we believe ourselves to be and this miraculous bioelectromagnetic life force that we are. And when we get into that and we sustain it, we discover that help, it's not on its way. The help we need is already here. So check in with your body and just scan it and relax yourself from head to toe. If you feel resistance, you just relax into that. And you slow your breathing down so that the body's natural breathing cycles begin to become harmonized with your intention to breathe slower and lower. And again, you feel safe where you are, so you can open up more to tune in to what is possible. And then, of course, that inner smile is literally like a switch that you flick to turn on your self-love light. You could just be struggling, going through the worst days of your life, like so many are. But when you flick that switch or you push that button of the inner smile and you feel that out total uplifted feeling, and you can sustain that feeling, your heartbeat will pulse that frequency, that intentionally chosen, uplifted energy that you literally created by choosing to feel what you are. And with every beat of our heart, we are sending and receiving actual electromagnetic frequencies out into the world and back into us at the same time. And to be aware of this offers you the opportunity to realize you are not confined to your body. You are not confined to self-imprisonment through mental or emotional health issues or disorders. When you become conscious of what you can do as you heal, you begin to discover that you are so much greater and beyond the limits of who you think you are. We are animating these bodies. We are not stuck in them. And to be aware of that is one of the most empowering choices we could ever make. So you're totally relaxed. You're breathing slower, lower, and deeper. Your body is supported. You feel safe. And you have that inner smile creating that feeling of happiness. And with every beat of your heart, that feeling from the smile is literally it's being put right into every part of our body. So the heartbeat, that uplifted feeling is everywhere in our body at once. And from this state of calm, of connection, see if you can feel your pulse anywhere in your body. Maybe you can feel it in your little finger or your foot. If you can feel your pulse through your heartbeat in your chest, when you begin to be able to feel your pulse anywhere in your body while you're relaxed, while you are calm, when you combine all of these ingredients together, and if there's somewhere in your body that hurts, when you feel your heartbeat in that part of your body, combined with the uplifted, coherent energy that you are creating, this is an incredibly powerful way to heal a lot quicker than we would even think. So you are in a state of coherence. You are breathing slow, deeper, rhythmically. Your body is relaxed. And your mind is calm, but bright at the same time. When that is in place and you put that inner smile on your face, when you think about these locations that have gotten hit so hard, you're able to take responsibility for how you perceive these events. And again, if somebody's not right in the thick of it, then they have the ability to feel safe and create these internal states of coherence. And when we observe or watch or witness a tragedy taking place, we have the opportunity to look at it like it's a teacher, like the chaos that we're witnessing can teach us the opposite energy of coherence. And so when we think about and we feel what all the people, the animals, everybody in the Carolinas we can observe that situation from a place of inner. When we observe them, we are allowed to feel whatever is going to come up. And when we are stable internally, then we can bring that level of awareness to those who are going through some of the most terrible times of their lives. Our inner stability is influencing them. And the more of us who practice doing this together, we have the ability to create a field of influence that is actually more reality-based than we could ever imagine. Because again, this life force that we each have in us, when we give our attention to it, our whole body begins to respond to the realization that we are paying attention. So the more we pay attention, the more life pays attention back to us. And we can feel that in different ways. It might feel like healing, or you get ideas or visions. When you pay attention to life, life pays attention back. And like any relationship that you cherish and love, there's times when you're so in love that you are ready to go all in, open up your heart and love even deeper. And we all are able to do this. And when we do offer up and out into the world a coherent state of being from the inside out, with big groups of others who are also doing that, we become a collective force of nature that is literally in tune with all the natural, magnetic, and bioelectric entities of the planet beneath us, of the sky around us. And when we can feel that level of support, when we can know how interconnected we are to all of that, then we can witness what's happening in the Carolinas. We can be stable while they are just going through it. And if we can open up our heart to the degree where we are literally loving everybody and everything that has been affected by this, then we are role modeling what it's like to no longer be confined to a mental and emotional prison that we didn't even know we made. The more that all of us literally allow ourselves to feel love, empathy, compassion, and at the same time envision and feel what the best outcome is for all those people and animals down there. And when you choose to feel like the goal or the choice that you wanted to make has already happened, like it is literally happening right now, you can condition yourself to feel what you want to create in the future, and you feel it now, you will be amazed by how quick your health conditions respond to that level of love. And as a group, when we give our love, when we open up our hearts, that yes, it is ours, it's personal to a degree, but the intelligence of this life force that we are will pour through us. All we got to do is just create an active act of trusting and having faith in our own life, and that life force will come through all of our hearts. And we can envision, and through our ability to envision what the best outcome could be for everybody down there. Maybe they need physical goods. Maybe they need supplies or services. Whatever it is that people need the most in the Carolinas, in Florida, in Mexico, in all the fires burning in the northwest of US and Canada, whatever it is that people need for help, as a group, if we choose to feel like they already have gotten that, they have or are in the process of receiving the help they need by us doing this and envisioning and feeling like it's already happening, we are contributing this force of nature that we are to all of the people, animals, habitats, all of the chaos of tons of buildings breaking and gas and oil and who knows what floating into the world, the earth, her veins becoming polluted. The more that more of us get together and hold this space of feeling like the best outcome for these people getting the help they need, it's already happening. And through our slow breathing, through our relaxed body, through our mind that is bright and aware, and from that inner smile that allows us to instantly turn on self-love for our bodies and for this reality. When we as a group become the force of nature we are, we have the ability to have influence on the natural world, onto other beings. When we perceive their suffering from a place of being solid, balanced, being so conscious of how connected all these systems of your body are, our ability to do this is normal. It is reality. And before we come out of this state, let's revisit this one last time to put it all into perspective so that you can condition yourself to create the best outcome for all involved in these tragedies. So your body's totally relaxed. Could almost go to sleep, but not your mind. Your body could be right on the verge of going to sleep, but you're keeping your mind wide awake. And in this state where you're breathing gently, rhythmically, and a little deeper than normal, and you feel that inner smile on your face, and you correlate the feeling of that smile for the beginnings of self-love and your ability to create a healthy relationship to the life force that you already are through the body that you already have. And from that place of connection, we can open our hearts wide and feel that everybody is already in the process of getting the help they need. That we are envisioning them being warm, being safe, being able to pick up whatever it is in their life that just got totally washed away. If we as a group can feel that this state of being connected to reality as it truly is creates a force of nature that can nurture everybody and everything. And remember that. Practice that. Make yourself so ready to be in love with your life force that just by enacting coherence through your heart in harmony with your brain so your thoughts are coherent and clear. When you combine all these elements that we talked about here tonight, and we do it together the way we are as a group, we are allowing that energy to go to wherever it is needed to make the biggest impact so that it's helping all those in the best way possible now. So if you want to stay into this state and go deeper, you can hang up the call and just stay where you are. Be relaxed. Condition yourself to feel that feeling in your heart and get good at it. It's a skill. And for everybody else who wants to come into a more waking state to go about the rest of your day or night or morning, wherever, take your hands, rub them together, get them super hot. Like really, really, really hot. And then put the palms of your hands over your eyes and create darkness. And in that darkness, see if there's something that you can see or sense, and just make a note of it. You don't have to over focus. All we're simply doing with all of these sessions and this work is we're beginning to activate dormant perceptual abilities that are in all of us that have always been there. And now we are choosing individually to be more connected and aware of how to strengthen these perceptual muscles. And we're doing it together as a group. So please like, love, tag, share. Help us get the word out there, because everything happening in the world is chaotic. But that can be to our benefit, because if we look at the tragedy as a teacher and we do it together, we learn, and we learn how to be more connected and more healthy. And that creates a healthier world. So Greg, thank you. Everybody else, thank you so much for joining us. And let's keep doing this. We've been doing it for 19 months already, every week almost.
Time flies. All right, guys. Thank you so much for attending. We will see everyone next Tuesday, 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Pacific. Everybody have a marvelous rest of your week and keep sending those energies out towards those affected.